Hello Africa and welcome to Impact Stories on Aau Tv. This program seeks to celebrate academic mentors on the continent of Africa. My name is Irene Dufiade and I'm going to be your host for today's conversation. Before I introduce my guest, this is a little bit about him. He is the president of the AIT, that is Accra Institute of Technology, and he is a world-renowned professor of computer science, an educator, and also an author. He has received several awards, including a meritorious award for distinguished service to the field of computer science in 1998. In 1999, he was also awarded the Outstanding People of the 20th Century Medal by the International Biogeographical Centre, Cambridge, UK, for his contribution to university education in general and to the field of computer science in general. We'll go for a short break, and when we come back, I will introduce the management. Please stay tuned.
Are you an institution or individual? Do you intend to organize a memorable event to be archived for future reference? Then look no further than AAU Studios, because it's your best bet with our spacious studio and state-of-the-art media equipment such as 4K Panasonic video cameras, KinoFlow lights, assorted microphones, live streaming equipment, among others. You are sure to get the best of productions. Visit us at Trinity Avenue, East Legon, adjacent the National Accreditation Board, or contact the AAU Studios via the following email addresses: info@aau.org, AAU TV, ransford@aau.org. Alternatively, you can call us on +233 6280.
Welcome back and welcome to Impact Stories on AAU TV, and I'm privileged here to have with me Professor Clement Jijono. Thank you, Prof, for today. It has been amazing and wonderful to have you here to discuss about your life, what happened and how you got here. Yeah, because it's no mean achievement being the president of one of the biggest institutions in Ghana here. And so, Prof, how are you doing? Well, let's start with how Corona has affected us. How are you generally faring? And
it's a privilege and an honor. Well, we are doing well. AIT, at the very beginning of the pandemic, we got prepared.
Right.
Look at the issue of the hygienes and so forth. Lucky that we have been using technology to support teaching and learning for 10 years.
Right.
So AIT is actually two university systems. We run our postgraduate programs, masters and PhD, and then we have the traditional conventional university where we run our undergraduate programs. Now, because we have been doing this for 10 years, using the technology for the Open University and even for the regular universities, it was quite easy for us to fine-tune one or two of our systems and then go online. So far as our university education and learning is concerned, as a university, I think we are on top of it.
That's
COVID
great.
have not actually, but in fact, the COVID have given us opportunity to improve some of our learning delivery methods and systems and processes.
Right.
So we are doing quite well.
Right.
Yes.
So let's go back a little bit, back to memory lane. We want to know about you. We want to know about your childhood.
Yes.
We want you to talk about where you grew up, your siblings, and then probably your parents.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, I was born in Accra, a suburb of Accra. I think since this is going international, I would say Accra is the capital of Ghana.
Yeah.
Here, where we are now, that is Accra, and got my early education in Accra, up to the secondary level, where I went to another part of the country to do my sixth form, that is secondary Takoradi. And then immediately after that, I went abroad. So I didn't have my university education in Ghana.
Right.
I have it abroad. On the issue of parents, they are late. My father passed away at the age of 98.
Wow.
And my mother at the age of 92.
Wow.
So they lived their life.
They lived.
Yeah, they lived their life. Siblings, the last count, I think we are 17.
Whoa.
I'm the first son.
Okay.
My father had 3 wives.
Okay.
I'm the first son, so that means responsibility.
A lot.
All my siblings are doing something.
Yeah, so do you remember vividly what was so unique about your childhood, or an event that happened in your childhood that you can say, okay, I remember this thing, and so you can talk about it a little bit?
Now, my childhood was split into 2.
Right.
I spent a very, very early days, early year, but at some stage I had to go and live with my uncle. I think the early days were quite very enjoyable ones. In those days you don't have television, so I enjoyed that childhood.
Yeah. Growing up, just going to school,
Yes.
who were some of the people you were looking up to? And these particular people, did they influence your life, and then sometimes the career or the choice of decisions that you made?
Well, at a very early age, in the primary school, I was influenced by our head teacher, Mr. Seshi, if I recall. Was quite a very disciplined man. And in those days, the head teacher wore white shirt and white shirt. It's always look neat to me.
Yeah.
And he has a bald head. And we always used to say that to have a bald head means that you're very intelligent.
Right.
So we thought our head teacher was very intelligent. So it did influence my early childhood. One reason is because he had a lot of confidence in me.
Right.
I recall one time he called me to his office. There was a family with 2 kids applying for admission. Our primary school was an experimental school.
Right.
You know, Kwame set us on experimental schools, which are special schools. We do our common entrance at class 6, where others do theirs in Form 2, 2 years later. So it was quite a top school. So I think this family want to bring their kids to our school. And the headmaster was telling her this is a high standard school. And he was asking them, which class do you want your kid? I think they were going to go to class 4. Then he said, let me bring my class 2, one of my class 2 people. And see.
Right.
But yeah, so he called me and asked me a couple of questions and I answered it, and those kids could not answer it. He jumped me to class 4 straight away. It was quite interesting. That was quite memorable. And because of that confidence, I decided that I have to continue to keep myself on track.
Right.
That was important for me.
Yeah, it was. It built your confidence too. Went outside to do your first degree.
St. John's School is
Okay.
take the SAT, the TOEFL, and then move on. So it was a big deal to go to do your university education abroad.
Right.
So when I got there, I also got caught into that culture, and I sat my SAT to go to university.
6.
Lower 6, you know, 6th form is 2.
Yeah,
lower and
In
upper.
upper. Yeah.
After upper, you do your exam before you go to university. So to this university, the scholarship, when I was in lower 6. Abroad, I don't see why I should continue to finish my 6th form here. They said, no, since you're here, try and finish it. That was a good decision.
Okay.
So I continued and finished my A-level. And then I was ready to leave. So,
Right.
so I didn't even apply to go to university in Ghana. So because I got a scholarship, so I left.
But was it to the same school or was it to a different one?
That's another story. I had a chance to travel to another West African country. I will not mention it, for a short while. And then I had the chance to come back by ship.
Okay.
One of the Black Star Line
Black
ship.
Star Line.
We spent 3 days on sea.
Okay.
And when I arrived at Takrady, I changed my mind. I don't think I want to spend my life a marine engineer.
Yeah, marine engineer.
So I decided to change course and instead went to the UK. And I was lucky the scholarship I got to go to the university in the US, they were willing to transfer that scholarship. And because I finished my A-level, so I used my A-level results to get admission in there. So that's how I happened to go abroad.
Yeah, and so just moving straight from Ghana to UK.
Yes.
And culturally, how was it for you? The dynamics are different, we know, when we go outside. So how did you cope? How were you able to cope with the two kind of lifestyle?
As you may be aware, being an African or a black person in Europe was a tough life.
Yeah.
But at that time, in those days, it's mainly for education.
Yeah.
Not to go and hustle.
Stay, yeah.
So, because the majority of the blacks who were born there, the system is such that they never actually had a chance to move beyond the secondary school.
Right.
So, being in a university in the UK, you have only few blacks and Africans
around you.
That also means that there's a lot of expectations to do well. Apart from that, the wider society, the issues of being black, they are always there, but you go through it.
Yeah.
So I finished my university. Since I've already decided I want to be an academic,
Right.
I made up my mind to do my PhD. I wasn't planning to work in industry.
Okay.
Computer science was quite a new subject at that time for my bachelor's degree
Right.
at Trinity College, Dublin, yes. So
Okay.
I left the UK and went to Ireland, Dublin, Trinity College,
Right.
where I did my PhD.
PhD in computer science.
Yes, and that's where I got the next person who influenced my life.
Right.
That's my professor.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Back after the PhD, because as she said, when we look at UK and then we look at Ghana,
Yes.
in terms of development, in terms to access to things.
Yes, you are.
Brooke, can you universities, Prof. Ehile. My names are Nodumo Dlamini, and I'll be the moderator for this session. With me also in this session is my colleague, Isaac. You will see inside considers himself a lifelong social entrepreneur and is dedicated to promoting technology access. And over the last 15 years, he has held other leadership roles, has included telecommunications, satellite communications, media, and also social network. He also has business experience, and this has been defined by his efforts to promote learning resources to educational institutions and school children throughout Africa using satellite radio and internet connectivity. He began eLearn Africa because of his strong belief and commitment to expanding educational opportunities to underserved communities, especially in Africa. Through his vision, eLearn Africa is aimed at making world-class, locally relevant educational materials and learning resources available to the African continent by harnessing technology and social media networking. Brooke, you are more to hand over to you now so that you could welcome the participants and give us an idea of how this session will be structured. Thank you very much.
Good morning. I want to thank everybody for being here with us. I want to thank Isaac as well for your support on technical. So we'll need you to work on the 3 videos.